You're veterans of the crunch time when you get down to those last, how many hours? 48, 24?
Yeah.
How quickly it flies when you're in the midst of that, and you don't get rest. I think I can say.
Yeah.
And so as you get into that whole thinking and the posturing from one party to the other, House to the Senate, whatever it might be, it comes down to those key few minutes, sometimes in conference committee. So is there a way to break that logjam and do it differently?
Well, I think most papers, when you go to college, get written in the last couple days.
Okay. Good point.
It's. I think that habit's hard to break, and from a legislative standpoint, I mean, you work well with deadlines, and I think the issues are the conversations happening behind the scenes, and I think a lot of times, chairs are talking to each other from the House side to the Senate, and I mean, just the budget target, just kind of the constraints are in. The tax bill that the House Republican passed was almost a $2.2 billion tax relief bill last year. Yeah. And I think the Senate's was a fair bit smaller than that. I sit on the tax conference committee. So just from that standpoint, we live in a different world right now. We've got $900 million in surplus. We know that we're going to want to put some into transportation, some into taxes. So by nature, I think the Senate has said maybe $300 million in tax relief. We know that we're working within that confines. So where we were a year ago, we're 2.2 to maybe 500 million or 300 million. I forget where the Senate bill was at. Now we're at least between 300 and 900. And so, I think your point is well taken. And I think we can't do everything. And we're going to have to look hard at making commitments, but also priorities from transportation.
Well, the worst thing that I thought was the deep secrecy of the last session. I'd never seen so much stuff done totally in private. I mean, everyone knows when I first came into office is when we first started the concept of an open conference committee. And everyone knew that maybe the last few minutes were decided in private and that you had to end up doing that. But this shutting things off for the amount of time that they were in the last session, I thought was appalling. I'm also not a fan of all these rigid rules about how early amendments have to be submitted and that kind of thing. I think it takes the creativity to say that you can't do something because there's a change on the House and you can't be thinking on the House floor is a real mistake in the legislative process. And I don't like the cutting out late night sessions. I always would get my second wind at about 3 in the morning.
Well, and I'm not sure what you're describing, Representative Kahn, is any more open than we saw last time around. I did think that the leadership in the House and the Senate, Todd particularly, Majority Leader Bach and Speaker Dowd, came up with some pretty good objectives. I think that we had one of the better education bills that we've had in decades. I thought our Health and Human Services bill was pretty good. I thought everything was pretty good except transportation
and taxes.
And they were non-existent. We just didn't have them. We ended without it. Right. And what's made it a little bit this way is that we have surpluses. And if you really look at it this year, I don't anticipate it's going to be this way. But we can go home without a tax bill or a transportation bill. We can do it. We don't have to pass any more bills, and we can go on the way we are. Education funding, Health and Human Services funding will go on. State government will go on. I don't think that would be wise, but
we're not watching things by the hour yet.
No,
but the time grows short.
Well, Chris, you can take this lesson back to your caucus because they're the ones who are sort of talking non-bonding or small bonding. Is that whenever the party in charge has not passed a bonding bill, they've ended up not in charge after the next election. So just remind them of that.
Well, I think it takes a bipartisan approach to pass a bonding bill.
Right.
81 votes.
But the party in charge gets blamed if they can't do it.
Yeah, but the other thing...
Would that be the Senate or would that be...
No, the Senate's going to pass one. The Senate's going to put a great bonding bill together and pass it.
What I witnessed the last deal was, there was the House, it was the governor, and in the middle was the Senate. And that's kind of how it ended up. And I don't know, maybe watch the Senate. That could be where
Looking
it's
for a
gonna be.
repeat?
Well, I think the legislature is about relationships.
It
And I
is.
think, Speaker Dowd and Majority Leader Bach, and I think they have a pretty good working relationship.
I think they do.
And I think, there's good relationships from the governor's office with Speaker Dowd as well.
Yep.
I'm pretty confident in his abilities to get the deal done. And, I think we got a lot of work to do and some compromise here along the way, but all right, good job.
Would be a little nicer if he paid a little bit more attention to the rules of the House, but in some